Good morning. It is Monday. It's the 23rd of March. And as it is Monday, if you'd like to help this channel, please click like, subscribe, share it with somebody, and leave a comment below if you are so motivated. Anyway, our reading is from Romans 13:1. Every person should place themselves under the authority of the government. There isn't any authority unless it comes from God, and the authorities that are there have been put in place by God. All right, we know this is a tough one. God isn't a Republican. God isn't a Democrat. God isn't an American. God isn't British. The fact is that every government that is in place, God has allowed it to be there, and God can remove it. And we may be seeing a bit of that going on. I don't know. But the point is, the issue isn't who the government is. It's our responsibility to be obedient unless it directly violates some call of God, i.e., if it says you can't gather together with other believers, you do anyway. And in some parts of the world, Christians have died for obeying God rather than their government. But we always have to remember that Paul and Peter were under a lot more abusive government than we in the West are, where maybe the Caesar used Christians for accent lighting. The idea here is not to trust government, even if the one that's in power happens to be one you more or less agree with. The issue here is we are God's ambassadors in the world he's placed us, and we need to live accordingly. Jesus said, render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's. And so, as Christians, we need to have a different perspective than the average person. We don't have to like who's in power. We can disagree with those who are liking somebody we don't like. That's okay. But the issue is we need to remember who's actually in control, and we need to obey him, which means we need to obey the government. Fortunately, depending on your point of view, we live in one where maybe our vote can affect it, but whether it does or doesn't isn't the issue. The issue is we need to trust in the Lord more than we trust in a system. And so keeping that in mind as you start the work week, I hope you have a decent week, and I'll see you again tomorrow.